This is a presentation from Lab Entry. What we provide is a web-based LIS that resides in the cloud. This means that with one-stop shopping, you get software to support your bench work and software to communicate with your customers. We're targeted towards clinical reference labs, especially molecular and genetics testing. We assume that we're talking about lower volume, higher value assays, which means that automation is not as big a priority as it is for larger labs, and the turnaround time is more on a human scale rather than an electronic scale, so you can send someone a report instead of having to have a real-time interface to their LIS or their HIS. We figured that there are a lot of people out there getting labs up and running who are actually more like a high-tech startup than a traditional clinical lab. They want to do the same things that Amazon's cloud and Google's cloud does for high-tech ventures. They want to hit the ground running, they don't want to spend a lot of money all at once, and they don't want to have to worry about the hardware or the software. Such an organization doesn't have a big IT infrastructure because they're all about running genetic or molecular tests. And all we require is that you have a dependable internet connection and a browser. And we don't care if that browser is on a PC, a Mac, a tablet, a laptop. You can even do it on your phone if you like. We're assuming that most of the time you'll be key punching orders from the paper that comes with the specimen, but perhaps someday your customers will actually enter the orders themselves using our forward-facing user interface, or if it turns out that you have enough volume to support it, we can do interfaces to and from your customers. We're assuming that your results will get entered by your bench people because we're assuming that you don't have the sort of high volume and complex results that would merit an instrument interface. However, we have a lot of experience with instrument interfaces and we're happy to build them if you want them. Your clinical impressions will be formed by generally consultants or PhDs or MDs who can either work inside the lab if they need access to your bench techs and to other supporting data, or outside the lab if they're not actually part of your core team or on the road. And we're assuming that you will send reports back to your customers either by allowing them to view them using our web interface, or that you will print them out and mail them to them. And again, if you have time critical or volume issues that require it, we're happy to provide interfaces. Of course, we support HL7. This is generally a automation or high volume situation, otherwise it's probably not worth it, but we're happy to do it if it turns out that that works for you. These are the technical details in case those are relevant or useful to you, though we're assuming that many labs don't even want to know, but we use the Amazon cloud ourselves. We used PHP to build the interface. We use MySQL to back it up. We require an HTTPS connection, and we expect there to be a login for any kind of interaction. If you're outgrowing Lab Entry and you feel you need for political or business reasons to get a commercial off-the-shelf LIS, we're happy to help you migrate your data there. So consider us if you need to hit the ground running and if you want an LIS that's oriented towards a small lab with all the features you need but none that you don't want.